This was beautiful. So after the town hall, which was an amazing hour and it was an hour and 10 minutes. It was supposed to be an hour and 30 minutes, but they ended it early because Trump was just kicking their ass. So this question took place, and this was a very funny question.
Does it bother you that he keeps talking about 2020 and not 2024? I'll ask you first. This is Jonathan Leslie. He's 40, Republican, voted for Trump twice. How do you feel about those lies?
So I feel like part of it's also the media narrative, as you guys asked in the first question at the town hall about the 2020 election, rather than current stuff.
So don't you think you could say it's time for them to start talking about 2024 and not lies that are true?
Couldn't the media ask them a question about 2024?
Well, there were questions, but you're right, that was the first thing, but that's something that was on our mind.
Why does President Trump keep talking about the 2020 election? Why won't he let go of the 2020 election? Did you motherfuckers let go of the 2016 election? No, you did not. So if you didn't let go of the 2016 election all the way up until 2020, why should he let go of 2020? Huh? Are you gonna what did she say? Are you going to accept the elections? I got to find that one because, man, listen, that chick there, boy, she had me hot. She had me hot under the collars. I don't even have it bookmarked. Got to be more careful. I'll make sure I'll tweet it out, y'all. Matter of fact, no, we're gonna see if we can find this right quick. Okay. I'm just buried in my thoughts. It's a long one. It's gonna be a 3-hour one. That's all right. I'm with it. I hope y'all with it too. Let's see here. Is this it right here? Let's see if this is it, y'all.
And they were breaking into the Capitol, smashing windows. You did tell your supporters to come to Washington. You tweeted about it.
No, that ain't it, and I don't want that playing either. All right, let's see what this is.
The Constitution. When you've talked about the 2020 election results in the past, you once suggested terminating the Constitution. Do you stand by those comments?
No. You were able to do certain things. I'm not talking about terminating the Constitution. I'm talking about cherishing the Constitution. The Constitution says that we're supposed to have legal and well-maintained and well-looked-at elections, and we didn't have that. I cherish our Constitution, but we have to live up to the Constitution. We weren't living up to the Constitution.
I was just saying there's no evidence of that election fraud. You did once tweet.
You're supposed to say that, but I'm glad you say that. But
you're supposed to say that.
That was a horrible election. That was a horrible election. And unless somebody's very stupid, and I know you very well, you're not stupid at all, but you perhaps are given an agenda or you have an agenda. Look, we have to have honest elections in our country. We have open borders. We have.
All right, y'all.
You look at what's happening.
I want to introduce y'all to Michelle Long Spears. You see her on your screen right now. Michelle Long Spears. Michelle Long Spears ran for the DeKalb County Commission up there in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And you see she's happy talking about election day. She made it to a runoff. That was on June 21st. So this election took place in March of 2022. If y'all remember, this was during the primary where we were voting for who would essentially end up running for senator and the school board elections and things of that nature. So their county commission election was during this time in 2022. So, well, why are you talking about this lady in Atlanta, Pro? I'm glad you asked. Michelle Long Spears, and if you've seen this before, if you've been here with us on Friday Night Flights, you've seen this before. I'm going to keep banging it home until people check this out. So, Michelle Long Spears, tweet 1 of 3 on the thread. In case you missed it, after all of our hard work and your support over the last 3 months, a massive error showed our election day results in every precinct except for at 0. Yes. That's right. 0 votes in all precincts except 4. And I believe she has 40 precincts in her district. I think that's what it said up top. Even at her home voting precinct where she votes for herself, she had 0 votes. Zero. So they saying this woman didn't even vote for herself. But not only are they saying that she didn't vote for herself, they also said that her husband didn't vote for her either. So being that she had 0 votes in her own home precinct, that raised some alarms. So what did she do? She sounded the alarm. She sounded the alarm with the Board of Elections, and they had a hand recount. Well, the results of the hand recount showed that not only, now this is the first race before the hand recount, Marshall Orson, 5,226 votes. Lauren Alexander, 4,382 votes. Michelle Spears, 3,031 votes. Total of 12,639 votes. Well, then they did the recount, and Michelle Spears went from 3,031 to 6,651. Lauren Alexander went from, well, her numbers went to 4,000. I think that's 4,000 to 727, or maybe 737. Not exactly sure because she drew over it. And then Marshall Orson went from 5,226 votes to 3,928 votes. Say this again. 5,226, 3,928. 5,226, 3,928. Votes were subtracted from Marshall Orson and given to Michelle Long Spears. It had to be. But then there's also another issue. There's an extra 3,000 votes here. Where'd they come from? And Marshall number still went down. Still went down. Marshall lost 2,000 votes. What happened? So what would have happened if we were going to go along with what they're saying over on CNN? What would happen if Michelle Long Spears couldn't question her election? Because clearly she was almost cheated. It was definitely rigged. It was rigged. It was rigged because votes went from one person to another person. That is called being rigged. And that happened in 2022. You don't think it's possible to have happened in 2020?